Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Trans Supporter. My name is Nicole Eldridge, and I am a male to female woman still undergoing the transition process. Now, today on this show, we are going to talk about a serious topic that all transgender people consider, which is your name. The number one important thing to do with your name is pick a name that you love and that you're going to go by for the rest of your life. This may be challenging, I understand, but if you haven't picked a name yet, then it's not wise to come out, nor is it wise for them to call you a name that you may go by, because if you keep flip-flopping through names, people are going to have a very hard time when it comes to you picking the right name. So one of the best things to do is sit down. You can use a computer, you can use the internet, you can use pen and paper, whatever you feel comfortable. You get out a piece of paper, you jot down some names that you like, or you go on the internet, find some names you like, write them down, pick them out, narrow them down to five names you really love. Then from there you can kind of eliminate, okay, I don't really like this name and this name doesn't really suit me. Then you can pick from this list, or you can have somebody else like a therapist or another trans lady help you out, or another transgender person, I should say. Excuse me. Another thing to consider with your name is pick a name that closely resembles your old name. This is very important because when you pick a name that is closely resembles your old name, people have an easier chance of remembering this name and not having so many slip-ups. Plus, you don't put yourself out there. Because if you have a name like Trey or something weird like that, or out of the ordinary, I should say, people are going to have a hard time remembering that name. But for instance, my name is Nicole, and my old name was Cole, so it's very easy for people to remember my name because of that factor. Plus, it also, when you pick the name, it sounds like something your parents would pick. So then your parents have a little bit of an easier time wrapping their heads around this whole process that you're going through. Now, I understand you may want to go with like a really outlandish name, which is fine. You just got to understand that there may come implications with that name. Now, I'm not talking about like you're going to get thrown in jail, you may get picked on a little bit, that's all. And this is why I'm making this video, so to try to avoid the negativity that we transgendered people, come to expect day in and day out. So, another thing to consider with your name is also pick a name that's easy to spell. That's not something like, for instance, my name is Nicole, and you can spell it with an H, or you can not with an H. That's okay, that's common, that's totally acceptable. But it's not to pick a name like liquid or something, like a hard name to spell for people. Because not everybody, first of all, not everybody is up to speed when it comes to their writing capabilities. For instance, I have dyslexia. What that means is I have trouble reading, which also makes me have trouble with spelling and writing. Although I've worked on it and I've gotten a lot better, this is something to consider with the name as well. If you make it easy to write down, then people, your true friends, will write down the name, or can write down the name and remember it, save it, put it in their pocket. A really easy to remember name. Another really good thing to consider when you pick your name is you pick a name that is very common, like a common name. One of the things to consider when you pick this common name is like Nicole or Sam or Elijah. I know I said this already, but I'm just reiterating the fact that you don't want to pick a name that's kind of like, on the borderline of like, okay and kind of weird. And I understand you want to be unique and you want to stand out. There are other ways to do that, like dressing in your purse and other things you can do to do this. But the number one thing you want to do with your name is just keep it basic and keep it simple. Now that's pretty much it when it comes to the name. Take your time. Don't rush when it comes to picking a name, because this is a name you're going to have to live with the rest of your life. So take your time and pick the name that you love. Alright folks, well, thank you for watching. If you could, please, down in the description, please like and follow me, and I will leave my contact information if you guys would like to get a hold of me down in the description. Thank you.